Afternoon to all. It's going to be a full chassis rebuild on the Carnage because we haven't used it for ages. And Daddy took it out with Charlie, and Charlie has Big Rock, and the Carnage Shock Horror was the only one that broke. And I have ordered metal parts, but I do keep spares, or shall I say, spares off the Vantage that we haven't used yet. And I don't know why I put that on before, really, because it's now going to come back off, which isn't a problem, which is why this makes these cars the best, because they come apart dead easily. Recommend these to anybody who's beginning. I had a lady on Facebook seen a guy over the weekend with an X-Max, which is the car that Charlie wants. Well, obviously she's gone on, seen the price and gone, I don't think so. Which is, I can't justify the money of those cars myself, especially if it's your first one. So these things are brilliant. We don't mind breaking these when they go out. They're meant to be used. Yes, they're all toys. And I know there's plenty of channels out there that have had this argument for years. If you can take it apart and fix it, it's hobby grade, regardless of how much you spent on it. And that's why I prefer Tommy RC to any of the others, because he's probably one of a few that review the cheap options. If you're going to get into it, you're going to get one that most people can afford at the minute. And this channel I've started because I don't really want to do build videos on Charlie's channel, because he's getting there now, but I want to keep fun in it for Charlie, because as sad as it is, this is the part that I find fun. Yeah, I love razzing them, but fixing them is just as fun for me. Although the real money maker, or what brings the money into our house, is I fix the real things. And doing these is such a break from fixing the big ones, because they're getting more and more complicated every year, overly complicated. All these car manufacturers need to step back a bit, need to go back in time. Need to make them simple like these, if only. If there are any questions on anything RC related, don't hesitate to ask. I'm still a newbie at this, but I've learned a lot over the past 12 months getting back into it. I apologise now to anyone if you hear a scream and the door opens. It'll be my daughter Lily, but she is actually watching Sing downstairs again. Now I know I mentioned Tom the RC. Been going for a good few years now. learned a lot from him. He's actually been a great help getting Charlie's channel off the ground. And a couple of other people who have started roughly the same time as Charlie and myself. Over the pond is RC Princess 24, who we are planning on doing a video with, to show if anyone's done a video from the UK and the US together, so that'll be a first. And you can probably see I don't quite have a lot of room at the minute, just starting out. Not as much as a few others. I'm not going to name drop every other YouTube channel that I've been watching for the past couple of years, just to get myself back into it. Definitely need new wheels all the way around, because these are out of shape. But they have been used. And I'm not going to bore you with the whole of this disassembly. Because going over the YouTube channels, it's not what wants to be watched. But I thought I'd just give you a little insight as to where I do all the repairs to our cars. And just to show you that Charlie's Cars does have a sister channel, which is RC Princess 24, and all the repairs to Charlie's cars will be done on here. And with that, I'm going to carry on, and I'll probably speed this up so it's not as boring for you. But any questions regarding taking these little cars to pieces, just ask, don't hesitate. They're dead easy, definitely beginners, and then once you've got used to driving these little things, fixing these little things, upgrading these little things, because you will. We haven't done anything on this bar change the batteries, which is easy to do anyway. You have to run these on lipos. The batteries they come with don't last. I don't know why they still supply them with them. I know your lipos, you have to look after them. They can be dangerous, well, they are dangerous if not looked after. But if I can do it, as many others have said, anyone can do it. Our little nuts and bolts, they all come off and they all go back together. Just keep them in an order. So with that, I'm going to carry on. And thank you for watching and subscribing to Charlie's Cars. He absolutely loves the cars. He loves videoing. He's just started videoing himself. I know he should be behind the cars, not behind the camera. But if he wants to do that for a bit, then I'm happy driving for him for a bit. And let's try and get more kids into this. I hate the kids being sat at computers. Yeah, I know I was sat at a computer when I was roughly Charlie's age, but if we can get the kids out from behind that camera, what am I talking about, that computer, that'd be so much better. And that's how easy the front is to come off. And you can tell that I haven't done anything on this since we got it. Keep one axle over here. You can't really go wrong with them. The towers are different, but keep one axle over here and keep one over there. You can't go wrong. There are two other channels that have helped with getting me ready for launching Charlie's Cars. And I don't want a name drop, so I won't, but I'm sure many of you know which channel I'm talking about, and he has done really well from his background. I'm in the car industry, I'm a mechanic, I fix them. Not too sure whether it was a car industry he was in, but he was a welder by trade, and decided, as many of us have, and I have now, there must be more than just going to work, getting up, going to work, coming home from work, getting up, going to work, going home from work, and we did it. Well, I'm sure many of you all know who that is. The other channel I watch, have been watching, is Claire's RCs. Brilliant channel, and say Shannon from across the pond in Iowa was telling me how the girl being into RCs in her neck of the woods is frowned upon. I mean, but anybody else, that doesn't sit well with me at all. Lily's not interested at the moment, but saying that, she was out with us yesterday with one of the old Ford Rangers, very old Nico Ford Ranger, and she loved every minute of it. Yeah, it's a bit slow wandering behind, but it was the first proper time that she was out with us. Yeah, Claire's channel is full of everything, and Ian, her husband, again, is a mechanic. I could be wrong there, but I think that's what he does. This is the first time this has been to pieces. So considering we got this in August and it has been hammered, there are a few teeth on that spur going, and water has got in there. But that means it's being played with. There we go. I'm going to break my rule because the laptop's over there to remind me to do some editing today. Can't believe we picked up so much rubbish. And if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. Don't have microphone at the minute, just have the phone. So I've no idea if you can hear me or not. No. That's Perhaps I can hear something early today. Nope. It's the only thing FTX need to consider doing on those lower end cars, which wouldn't be hard. Oil filled diffs you can't do on these because they're not sealed properly. And that's basically it. Just swap everything over from there to the new one. Make space. And mount these properly this time. Where are we? Where have I put it? Down. Giles Thornley is a member of the FTX Carnage group. 3D printed braces for the front, and they work a treat. Not there, just get in touch with them. Bolt, direct fit, nothing needed, no extra, no longer screws, just straight in. Zorro front bumper. A lot softer than the Carnage one. They will bend. I have soaked this in WD as well. And with that and that on the front, got a better chance of taking an impact you have with just that. You will break these. They are not strong any shape or form, but if you get the alley chassis, you risk breaking something else because the force will be transferred to the next weakest component, as you've probably heard many other people say. I was tempted to change that motor out for another, but that would mean taking another car apart, and that one has got way too much power for this little car as it is. Right, which bit next? In fact, I'm going to do the easy bit next. So I don't have to take it out because I've got alley posts. Do not worry about getting these mixed up. There's not a lot of difference on the length of the screws. Oh, do that one first. Take that out first. I suppose I should be doing this live. Not done a live yet. Dead easy. There's your battery clamp. I run out of space. I'm going to have to move that piano or extend this desk. Finding a really deep desk was really difficult. I'm keeping it 1.20 m. Do I get them now or do I get them after? No, I'll get them after. And I should really say, big shout, whoa, loose, there we go. There's one loose screw. A big shout out to Michael Shorey, who from day one on Charlie's Cars has been there while I've been editing the videos. And due to me being editing other things whilst they've been uploading, has beaten me to be the first person to view the video. Yeah, I vet the video before it goes out, but he's been the first person to watch, and he always likes, always comments. Hasn't left a bad comment yet, which is nice. Don't mind constructive criticism, but Charlie reads all of the comments on the channel, and yeah. Now if you're on YouTube, you should, I mean, I can. I can take whatever, doesn't bother me. Charlie's 6 and he reads all the comments. No, it's not a nice place online, but for a 6-year-old who wants to read all his comments, as his dad, I know I don't have to let him read them, but if I'm scrolling through and he sees a comment that I don't want him to read, I do tell him why I can't read it. Because he'll have to learn. He has to learn. So not everyone's nice out there. There's the Multimount ones. I do have side plates for the Carnage and the Vantage being made. Well, I make everything. Everything I sell is handmade. And I'll leave that there because my little is coming up now. I'll continue it later.